everybody. Welcome to the National Real Estate Post. Frank Garay here hosting for you today. I'm sure Brian will be back probably next week. He's doing a lot of traveling right now. But I'm here with our good friend, Carl Markman, over at REMN Wholesale. And Carl, I had the pleasure of hanging out at the REMN booth at AIM Fuse. I think it was just last week.
Good time.
Yeah, it was last week, right? And one of the cool things you had going was the money booth with all the money flying around. And I'm going to make note, guys, it was not just $1 bills in there. They had hundreds, 20s, 5s, 10s, and ones. So, like, how much money do you think you gave away in that booth?
I think I gave away about $10,000 in cash. I'm surprised no one stole my money. I had a big sack of money on.
I know that was, yeah, I got a picture of you. In fact, I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up right now. Have Grant bring up the picture. Carl running around with a sack of money. And the funniest thing, too, was is like, you know, having a conversation like, yeah, hey, man, where's your sack of money? It's like, oh, crap, it's over there. I better go get it.
A lot of honest people. They didn't take my money.
It was awesome. So that was cool. You're going to be at NAM this weekend, right?
At
the NAM event. So you're going to be in a booth there. I think it's booth 101, something like that.
It is. We're right in front, and we're going to be giving a sack of money away again.
A sack of money to be had. There you go. So if you're going to NAM, or if you haven't registered for that yet, you can, and you can go and you can see REMN and maybe get some money out of the money booth over there. So cool stuff. But I wanted to talk to you today, Carl, because obviously, I mean, we've been saying this for years, you know, the market's changing, the market's going to change, rates are going to go up, things are going to be different, you know, but right now it kind of feels like we may actually be on the cusp of that. Yeah. And you've got something coming up that might be very helpful for our originators out there to adjust or adapt to the changing market. Tell us about it. Well,
I mean, thanks for the plug with Fuse and all, but one of the things we were talking about with a lot of loan officers there was that, you know, they're still concentrating on refinances and not thinking about purchases. And we don't want it to be too late and come when rates start to go up and refis are going away that, you know what, now I'm going to go start to call realtors, and it's too late because they already have those relationships. So it's the time now, kind of do the overlap, start getting out there as much as you can to talk to other referral sources, not just going after refis. So we're going to be doing a couple of webinars soon. We're going to be doing one on non-QM and another one on renovation because, you know what, got to go non-traditional products because the traditional lower rate refi Fannie Freddie product is not going to be out there as much as it was. So we've got to go after some different products, and it's something to talk about to your referral sources. A little bit different than just what's your rate today on a Fannie refi or purchase right now. So it's important to get that word out.
Let's touch base on the renovation side. I know we've spoken about this many times on the show regarding you guys and trying to get originators to get in touch with you guys to learn more about the renovation side. I'm going to say this too, full disclosure, a lot of people know I do sell real estate, very part-time, but I do sell real estate out in my neck of the woods. I was literally showing property last weekend to an individual, and he was looking for the fixer, right? That's what he was after. And the renovation loans are perfect for these types of properties. I think a lot of people, Carl, obviously the webinar, we're going to put a link right down below, guys, so you can register for the renovation webinar right down below. It's right there. If you look down now, you'll see it there. So definitely register for that. But I think the reason that some originators kind of don't embrace renovation is they think that there's a lot of work involved and they're not sure how to do it. And it's almost easier to say, I don't do that. You know, let me focus on something else. But that's not wise, right? I mean, you guys, how do you help them with this?
Well, it is true. And right now, and even over the last year or two, renovation loans have decreased significantly because realtors are selling houses, people have cash, they're buying houses, things are selling so quickly. So no one wants to accept that type of offer. But as the market does change, renovation loans are going to be out there more. What do we do differently? We have an expert internal staff. So a lot of times I hear from loan officers saying that, you know what, wow, you guys made me look like the professional, like I was the expert and I don't know anything. And that's the biggest compliment that we can get because we've got a whole staff that walks everyone through it. We also have new technology that what you see is what our internal staff sees. So everything is right there in front of you. So it's so simple to do these loans now. It's one extra little piece. And the best thing about this is that once this loan closes, the rate's a little bit higher. Most times these people refinance after the fact. So it then becomes a second loan because eventually, right, you're going to stay in touch with your customer and you're going to get that call to refinance them once the work is complete.
Tell us what we're going to do on the webinar. Are we going to get to peek into some of that technology on the webinar maybe, or?
Yeah, we are going to introduce it. What we're going to do a little bit different. Guidelines are guidelines. We can provide, a guideline sheet. Where do you go find these loans? How do you go out and present it and talk intelligently to a referral source or a customer about these types of loans? That's what we're going to talk about primarily in these webinars.
When it comes to diversifying and figuring out where to get more business from in the mortgage space, we always say, okay, realtor partner, and then we go CPA, that type of thing, or these other potential referral partners that are out there outside of just realtor partners. Obviously CPA, tax person, that type of thing is up there. If we become even a little versed on the renovation product, does that open up maybe contractors, or something like that as a referral source, or you know what I mean? Something like that.
Yeah, that's what we teach. That's a huge referral source. And a lot of times what people are doing now, people don't even realize you can do a refi on a renovation product. And right now, typically in the third and fourth quarter of the year, if you start to go after this type of clientele, then you're going to be closing loans during the tough times in January, February, right? So you're going to still have an income stream coming in when the purchase market's not so great. So it's a great way to diversify. And if just like a renovation product or any other type of product that's out there, if you're always hitting every segment of the market, you're always going to be busy. You're never going to have the ebbs and flows like most originators out there.
We of course we do that broker show for you guys for REMN, and it's cool. And one of the recent shows that we did pointed out that renovations and remodeling is the amount of money that's going to be spent over the next 7 years is in the trillions. Like there's such a big market where these loan products can be utilized. Like you said, it just opens up another channel for us to get some business. And all we got to do is a little bit of marketing in that regard. In fact, on that broker show, we always put a piece of marketing material on each show that you can just share. And I was on a call with Breakfast Club, which I do every Monday through Thursday early in the mornings, and somebody had mentioned that, hey man, I used that thing and I picked up a deal from it, that marketing piece, and it was specifically on the renovation remodeling side of things. So yeah, big market to be tapped into that probably isn't going to take a whole lot of effort to tap into it, right?
The beautiful thing is, if you're the expert and you get your name out there with renovation products, you might only sell a couple of them here and there, but people are going to be coming to you, and you might put them into an FHA or VA or any type of product. So as long as you get that loan and close it, who cares? Yeah,
maybe even just a cash out. It's better just do a cash out refi and take care of this, right? And you pick that up, but you use renovation as the carrot, right? And so and a lot of people are thinking that right now. So doing some marketing about renovation is going to get consumer interest. Like, I do need to do something. What's this all about? So then, of course, hopefully
marketing is being different than everyone else, right? If you're out there, just my rate is this rate, there's always going to be someone else with a lower rate than you have. So get out there and be an expert on something else and diversify your business.
And REMN Wholesale's here to help you with that. So we'll put the link down below. Again, it's already there for the webinar. Register for that, learn about it, bring it into your portfolio of products, things that you can talk about, introduce it into your marketing, and let the good times roll, right?
Yes.
All right, guys. Thank you, Carl, for being on the show. Really, really, really appreciate it. You guys, thanks for joining us today. Again, the link is down below. There's also a logo over on your right for that broker show. If you haven't tuned into that, sponsored by REMN Wholesale, you should check that out. With that, leave us your comments down below, forward, share, and subscribe. We'll catch you later here at the National Real Estate Post. See ya.